Hi, it's Jan of the Jan Files. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate your doing that and liking this video or any other video you see there. Okay, I want to say this today. Believe nothing you hear. Believe nothing. I say that because I don't think anything, any even small little thing that comes out of this administration's mouthpieces is truthful. And I know that, some people think, okay, maybe we've kind of moved the needle one way or another with, what happened in Minneapolis. What those people are doing is showing us how to stand and how to find our courage. I don't think for a second, and I've seen no news reports that anything has, gotten wound down. It looks like they're still doing all the same things they have been doing. Nobody new has been murdered yet, but, they're not doing any difference. Wherever Greg Bovino is now, who knows, and home in there, what's the difference? One's short, one's tall and fat. I mean, that's the only difference between the two. Okay. One likes to wear jackboots. Maybe the other one doesn't. I mean, that's where we're at. And the idea that all of a sudden now they're saying there's going to be a civil rights investigation for the two murders of Alex Preddy and Renee Good. Ha, 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 ha. No, there'll never be that. Because they denied that the first time and denied the Civil Rights Department of the Justice Department and said that they were not going to, do an investigation. At least one person within that department left. And before that, many people had left. There's hardly anybody left in the Civil Rights Division. Another bullshit. Oh, make you feel better. We're going to investigate it. Bullshit. I don't believe that. They're literally were holding, now I don't know if they're still holding them, witnesses from Alex Preddy's murder in a detention center. So, it's like, get the whole picture. But their lies are not going to stop. Todd Blanche came out today. We've gotten 3 million more Epstein files, supposedly. He said there are no more. I don't believe him for a second. I believe that he's probably holding the most horrendous stuff if they haven't destroyed it at this point. And he also actually said that he didn't, because a reporter asked him a question along the lines of, are we going to be able to see, people that should be prosecuted because of their behavior? And Todd was like, what? And the guy repeated the question in another way. And he's like, basically he said, if there was somebody like that in there, we would have prosecuted them. So believe nothing they say. And now, on top of it, the most scary thing that has happened is they're going after now the press. I know that most of the major media has lost the through line of what it means to be a journalist and your purpose. Your purpose is not to just report anybody's version of facts. Your job is to report the facts, not somebody else's, side of the facts. That is one big lie. It's like Scott Jennings. What the hell is he still doing on that show? All he does is lie, and then they bring in another liar. I mean, no, that's not what you should be doing. We know what these people are like. We don't need to see them anymore. We need to see more information about and deep dives into what is happening on the streets and behind closed doors. Americans are being deported. The Republicans literally took amendment out of the bill that said you can't deport American citizens. The Republicans removed it. Aaron Parnas just said today that the site, I'm not exactly which government site, but where the Constitution is, they've removed 2 of the articles. If you go to those pages, they don't exist. They're literally tampering with the Constitution. Besides ignoring it and ignoring our laws, they're tampering with it. And finally, this whole idea of, the Democrats standing up, say they're not going to pass the bill unless some changes happen. Well, the thing is, the changes they're asking for include, right, no masks, body cameras, and I forgot what else. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Because if anybody at this point is thinking that the DOJ, whose job it would be to police people that are doing bad things, they're supposed to protect us, the American public, not the fucking president. If anybody believes that DOJ is going to prosecute any of this, I mean, where are you? Are you nuts? Anyway, so what am I going to do? Because I can just bitch and moan like we all can. I'm going to get back on the phone. I'm going to get back on the phone to Chuck Schumer and Kristen Gillibrand. They're my senators. I'm from New York. I am also going to call Hakeem. I'm going to call Latimer's office. We need to keep the pressure up because pressure does work. And I'm going to keep saying that. That's one of the things I'm going to do. The second thing I'm going to do for me, because I'm loud, and I intend and hope that I will grow this channel, and I have no intention of shutting up, is I'm going to find an attorney that I know if somebody comes knocking on my door, somebody I can call. So that's the second step I'm going to take today. And finally, the third step is I really need to figure out who are maybe the 5 people around me that I can call if something goes down, besides my husband, right? Who can I count on? And to maybe in whatever make a loud noise about what's ever happened to me or somebody else. I think we need to be really sure about who we can count on. And I think that's really important right now. So I'm encouraging you once again to call. Believe nothing they say. Believe nothing they say. And question it when somebody says, well, they say they're going to do that. No. Keep knocking at the same door and expecting somebody else to answer, right? That's the definition of insanity. So, folks, stay with me. I will also keep updating my, who you should not be buying for list. I know a lot of people, thousands of people have liked it, downloaded it, whatever. So I'm going to keep that up. And thank you to all the warriors out there. But I think we all ought to really put a lot of thought and seeing if we can do anything for the people of Minneapolis, because they are showing us the way and they're taking the brunt and they're showing courage, which too many people are still scared to do. Too many Americans are still scared. And unfortunately, I don't know what it's going to take to embolden them. Take care.